Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So hopefully you guys had a good day. I didn't get much crafting done. I got a little bit of tidying up done, but I was in the house most of the morning. I was only going to do emails and computer work for about an hour, and it ended up being about 5 or 6 hours. And by the time I got out into the craft room, I kind of lost a little bit of my mojo. So I pretty much sat in a chair all day. I should not have wasted a day, but sometimes I think we need to. So I didn't get much crafting done, but I was able to get the Facebook Live done for tonight. So I'm super excited to show you guys what we are going to be playing with. I know Halloween is literally a week away, a week from Thursday away. So we're not going to be doing Halloween cards. So hopefully you guys have all of your Halloween cards done and ready to go out into the mail. I know I do. And now I thought I would do a little bit of fall. It is Nothing But Autumn is the stamp set. And some people might not be into it, but it is so stinking cute. And I love pumpkin, pumpkin anything, pumpkin flavor, anything. Even I will take a bath in pumpkin flavoring. I love it. Everything about it, I love. So when this set came out, I knew it was right up my alley. I am focusing my Designing Damsel set on this stamp set, the dies and the stamp set. If you already own the stamp set and dies, you can definitely just order the PDF version or the make and take version of it. So there's lots of options. But before we get started, I finally have uploaded and finished the PDF tutorial for the pillow gifts that were from the fall retreat. I did include the link on that. So if you're interested in getting that, all of the information is on the link. I'm going to show you it when I point you down as well. But I think that's it for right now. So let's get crafting. Hello, Heather. Welcome. Okay, so if you missed my original email when I talked about what we did for the pillow gifts, I'm just going to kind of give you a little synopsis of it. It was the home sign, the letters, and how to make all of the O's. Everything is in the PDF where I got the frames, where I got the letters, how I did everything, and specific instructions on how to recreate all 12 O's that fit into the home and how they are put on with the magnets as well. So that is the PDF and it is attached to the video before I went live. So you can take a peek at that if you want. Let's bring in the product we're going to be playing with tonight. So it's the More Than Autumn. It's a stamp set and the dies. It's on page 49 of your mini catalog. And I have done a lot with this set. It is so fun, it's cute, and I love the pumpkin and the whipped cream and the coffee cup and the pumpkin pie. Ugh, are you one of those people who have a little smidgen of pumpkin pie and then the rest is the whipped cream? That's me. I would much rather hide my pumpkin pie in the whipped cream. But that's the stamp set. Let me show you what it looks like in person. So I do have some of my images out on my table because I am working with this set, but it's a photopolymer set so you can see through all of the images. And it has the fun dies. I think I'm missing a couple of dies because they're on my table as well. But you have the little donuts so you can punch out your donuts. And I love the sentiments. Nothing better than donuts, nothing better than pumpkin lattes, apple, peppermint. Such a fun set. And I did pull in, this is called the Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. It is Mama Jamma. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I can do it this way. I mean, it is pretty big, and you can actually fit two card fronts if you lay them this way. So you can fit two of them on here. So it's really nice if you're doing lots of cards using this. You can emboss two at the same time. So I pulled that in. And I paired it with the Iconic Celebration Designer Series paper. This is the designer series paper that I used to create all of the home signs, all of the O's. I just picked which one that I thought worked best, and that's what I went with. But this time, since we are working with pumpkins, I thought I would pull in the pumpkin designer series paper. Now, this is probably 2 or 3 packs together because I've had to use a lot of this, but it is so fun and so beautiful. So if you haven't looked at it, if you haven't played with it, it is definitely something to look at getting. So there's that. Let's see. I think that's all of this stuff. Oh, I will show you these guys as well. So I haven't played with colored pencils in a long time, or our little blending pens. So I decided to do this with our colored pencils. And yes, these do look a little bit different. This set is a little bit more current. I found that out the hard way because when I was looking at this side, I'm like, oh, Rich Razzleberry's retired, Pacific Point, Bermuda Bay. So I think I need to order the new set, but they do have assortment number 1 and assortment number 2. So I need to order the assortment number 1. I have the 2, but just not the current one. But this is what we're going to be coloring our card with today. Good evening, Joan. Welcome. Okay, here's the card we're going to be playing with. I think it turned out so fun and so cute. Nothing better than pumpkin, except maybe you. And I don't know, the way I love my pumpkin, I don't know if anybody beats pumpkin. But let me get you the dimensions and we will start crafting. So I have a piece of Petal Pink, and yes, it is a different color to use for a fall card, but I thought it worked really well. It paired well with the Cajun Craze. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it right in half at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold that and give it a nice good crease. And we can set this aside for now. So I have 2 pieces of cardstock. So both of them have already been embossed. I don't know if you can see that I embossed them already, but the Cajun Craze is 4 by 5 1/4, and our Petal Pink is 3 3/4 by 5. So just a little tidbit that I want to share with you guys. So if you're going to layer your pieces together and emboss these 2 pieces, you can either glue them together first and emboss it one time, or you can lay them on top of each other, emboss it, and then you'll just have to glue them together. I've done this both ways, and I really don't think there's any one way that I prefer better. I will tell you, be gentle with your adhesive if you're going to glue this before you emboss. But I liked how it gave that snug fit, that it just fit inside those grooves. So that's why I did it together. But if you're going to glue it together first, don't use very much glue because you don't want it eking out the edges. So I went ahead and glued those 2 pieces together. And then I have a piece of Cajun Craze. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And my designer series paper is 3 by 4. So you can actually get 2 of these card bases out of one of your sheets of paper, and you'll have a smidgen left over. So let's start crafting. It's a super easy card to put together, and hopefully if you have the set, you will definitely make these. And if you don't and you like them, you can order the set as well. So I'm just going to glue those 2 layers together, and I'm going to come in and add my Petal Pink ribbon and hold that thought because I should have mini glue dots here, but it doesn't look like it. So hopefully they're sitting on my table and I don't see them, so I'm just going to open a new one. Story of my life, right? If you can't find something, just open a new one. So that's what we're going to do. And watch, I'm going to literally find it as soon as I set this down. So I'm going to put mini glue dots on the end of each side. And I'm going to just tuck this around the center. Perfect. And now we can go ahead and dimension this to our card base. So I'm going to do one in each corner and then one in the center. Perfect. Make sure you're putting your pumpkins right side up. Okay, so there's that. So let's set this, actually we can glue this to our card base because we're done with everything. So now we just need to decorate. I think I'm almost out of glue in this guy, but I do have another glue beside me, so I don't have to walk back in there and get another one. That actually looks super cute just like that, but we're going to do a little bit of decorating. So I grabbed a piece of crumb cake cardstock and I stamped it in Cajun Craze. So usually I only, when I'm using our blender pens, I stamp in Memento because it won't bleed. So I was using the colored pencils and the blender pen and it worked really well. And I think I liked where it wasn't such a dark contrast with the Memento ink. And you're probably going to laugh, Heather. I know you're on Facebook Live, but guess what I sharpened my pencils with? Heather found this and gave it to me, and I literally think I used it to sharpen a regular pencil, but it is so ancient, but I am in love with it. It sharpens so nice. So I'm just using early espresso to color in the crust of the pumpkin pie. And then I'm going to, hello Tracy, Candy, and Valerie, welcome. So now I'm going to do the inside of the pie with the Cajun Craze. I don't know if you guys saw, but I sat down. I usually don't sit and craft. I like to stand and craft. But when I color, it hurts my neck. I know I'm getting old. It hurts my neck to lean over. So, and my table, my Facebook Live table actually sits really high and I love it. So I'm just coloring. I'm going to do this one while we're doing it. So the inside is Cajun Craze. So how long has it been since you guys have used the colored pencils? I honestly cannot remember the last time I used these. And my upline, Heather, there's so many Heathers in my life. I was asking her how I should color it, and she suggested the pencils. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is brilliant. Kind of throws me back into when I was in grade school and I had to make sure to color within the lines. It's probably kindergarten. We got graded for our coloring skills. I always got an A plus in coloring. So proud, such a proud mom moment, getting an A plus for coloring. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my blender pen and I am going to be placing an order after this Facebook Live or shortly after the Facebook Live because I think this guy is a smidgen dried out. He still works, but I think I need a new one. So I'm just going to take the blender pen and I'm going to rub over where I colored with the pencil. And this is going to take away my pencil marks and it's just going to blend, kind of like the name of the pen. It's a blender pen. So just rubbing this around gently. Now on a normal card, not that this isn't a normal card, you would definitely want to grab a piece of scratch paper and rub off your blender pen. You see how it got a little bit of the color on the tip of it before you transfer to your other projects. But because we're using dark cardstock and kind of dark colors, I really don't think it's super tragic. But if you're going from dark to light, it is definitely tragic. Well, it's not earth-shattering tragic, but I think you guys get my drift. It's card-making tragedy. Hopefully you guys can see the difference it definitely is making. I would pull it up closer, but I don't think I can color on my hand. So there we go. How easy peasy. And I actually have another one right here, so you can see the difference. So this one I haven't colored in, and this one I did color and use the blender pen. So it does give it some dimension, and it actually looks like a slice of pumpkin pie. Crazy, right? Okay, so let's bring in our little snidbits of cardstock. So this is 1/4 of an inch, and I think I put 3 inches. This could be a little bit more. It was literally a scrap of paper. We're just going to stamp and then trim it off. But this guy is specific. He is 3/4 of an inch wide by 2 inches, I believe. So we're going to open up the Cajun Craze. And let's do a little bit of stamping. So nothing better than, hopefully I get this in the center. Uh, okay, that's not tragic. I'll take it. And then accept maybe you, which is totally a lie on my part because there is pretty much nobody better than Pumpkin. I'm just kidding. That one was definitely way off. Oh, that one's not any much better, but we're going to go with it. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to ink up the pumpkin, and he fits literally right in the center. There we go. So now I've been on the kick of just trimming off the edges of these guys. So that's what I'm going to do again. I'm going to come in really close and just trim off. So that's why I was saying it doesn't matter if it's the exact size that I said. You just are going to trim off any extra pieces. Except this one. This one you do want right. So now I'm going to put nothing better up at the top. And I liked how it was off-centered a little bit. I usually venture to put everything centered and in its proper spots, but sometimes we don't have to do that. And this one is going to go closer to the bottom. And then let's bring in our slice of pie. And I'm going to put this right there. And then we have our bow. And I'm going to attach the bow with the mini glue dots. There you go. That's how cute. And I didn't put a basic white piece in the center or the inside of the card because I felt like it was light enough cardstock where you could write your sentiment and it still be able to view. So there you go. Let's put one more together. And then I will let everybody get back to their amazing evening. I did forget to mention the winter retreat. I did send the email out today, and I did post it in the video before going live. So if you're interested in coming to the winter retreat, all of the information is available and ready. Thank you, Tracy. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this piece. Let's set this to the side and let's work with these guys. And you could really do either side of this paper, but I really wanted the pumpkins. So cute. I'm just going to go ahead and attach both of these. And I still didn't find my mini glue dots, so Maybe I did borrow my set from my Facebook Live table and just didn't replace them. It is definitely a possibility because I always say, oh, I'll remember to put them back. Nope, never happens. But I'm sure I'm the only one that that happens to. Or that you're in such a mess that you can't find what you had 30 seconds ago. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was rough on you. My one of my girlfriends had it done and she said it was not very pleasant for her either. I'm so sorry. Yes, we are ready to get back into retreats and crafting. Okay, there's that. And usually I put a mini glue dot up underneath here, but this one wasn't very long, so I didn't think it was necessary, but you could definitely add that if you needed to. Okay, let's do some stamping. Let's see if I can stamp a smidgen straighter on these ones. And if I don't, it's okay. Perfect is what you make it. There is a big sign in my craft room, and that's exactly what it says. Perfect is what you make it. And we are making perfection tonight. Okay, that's actually not too shabby. Let's do the pumpkin. But don't you think the Cajun Craze and the Petal Pink really work well together? Who would have thought? Okay, so let's trim these guys off. Keep your fingers out of the way because these scissors will cut you. They are definitely sharp. And when you're gluing these, I don't know if you noticed, but it was upside down before I even picked it up. Before you set it down, make sure your sentiment is going the right way. I know that from the hard way as well. And you know what? It's still okay to send a card if the sentiment's upside down. You can send it to me. I won't judge, and I'll laugh right along with you. Yes, I thought they did too. Thank you, Janet. Okay, so nothing better than pumpkin except maybe you. And let's add dimensionals. And I know you guys are probably saying you never do dimensional on top of dimensional, and I really don't, but I really thought this needed an extra pop of the layer. So there you go. There are your cards for tonight. And remember, if you don't have the stamp set yet, it's totally okay. You can get the stamp set in the Designing Damsel kit that I mail out, and you can add on the dies if you want to. Or if you don't want this, you can definitely just order the stamp sets and dies. And I will be placing an order after the Facebook Live, maybe not right after, but within the hour. So if you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see everybody on Thursday for another live. We will chat with you soon and have a great evening. Bye bye.